for a $600 Venmo payment. But when Elon audits the trillion-dollar government, they're ready to storm the castle. Why are Democrats shocked? We're putting the government on a diet. Trump and Musk campaigned on it and won on it.
We're going to be very open and transparent and be very clear about this is what we're doing. Here are the issues. This is the math for what's being spent and what and we're going to make it. We're going to make the spending lower. And if somebody's got a better idea for how to make the spending lower, tell us. But if we don't, we're going to bankrupt the country.
I will create a government efficiency commission tasked with conducting a complete financial and performance audit of the entire federal government and making recommendations for drastic reforms. As the first order of business, this commission will develop an action plan to totally eliminate fraud and improper payments within 6 months. This will save trillions of dollars, trillions.
Democrats aren't surprised this is Trump's agenda. They're surprised he's able to execute it. Because after years of incompetence, no one thought anyone was capable of doing anything in Washington. Elon says there's a way to know when you're over the target.
One of the things I remember from the PayPal days was that, you know who complains the loudest is the fraudsters. Okay, so when somebody is trying to commit fraud with PayPal, where we would see the most amount of righteous indignation, like it would be like immediate over-the-top righteous indignation was from the fraudsters, not from honest people. Because honest people are like, oh, I think there's something wrong with my account. I guess, I know what's wrong. Let me inquire. But the fraudsters will come at you immediately. It's like a tell that someone's actually doing fraud because the level of sort of faux outrage is way over the top.
Elon doesn't care about bad press. He's trying to save the republic. It's good cop, bad cop. Trump's the good cop. He's the bad cop.
We're catching them left and right. We're catching them to a point where they don't know what the heck is going on. They can't believe they're getting caught. And I have great respect for the people that are doing it. Elon Musk is helping us on it. And he's pretty good. He's pretty good.
The government's been robbing us blind. We've been writing checks, $6 million for tourism in Egypt. Like Egypt needs help with that. They have the pyramids. We should be spending money on cleaning up California so that tourists can vacation in California. $2 million to help the BBC value the diversity of Libyan society. We're bribing the BBC to cover Libya better? Why? $1 million for a gay group in Armenia. There it is. We paid $20 million for Iraqi Sesame Street. You paid for Bert and Ernie in Baghdad. Weren't we just bombing these people? Now we're paying for their puppet shows? We're sick. There is something sick with us. You also paid for an Irish DEI musical.
On behalf of Ambassador Cronin, it is an honor to welcome all of her guests to Deerfield tonight for this important event. Increasing access to opportunity and equity is a cornerstone of the Biden administration, and we're so proud to play a small part in that here.
This is a government theft ring. We spent $2 million for trans surgeries in Guatemala. I'm going to go out on a limb. One Guatemalan dude got breast implants. And we probably kicked back the rest of the cash to a crooked Guatemalan politician and the corrupt liberal CEO of the group they laundered the money through. Because all this money we're spending, we could have turned the whole world trans. We could have made every man a woman and every woman a man with this kind of money. Do you really think it costs $20 million to produce an episode of Sesame Street? You could hire Tom Cruise to play Oscar the Grouch for that money. Check this. Biden paid nearly $5 billion to unnamed foreign sources. Whoever's getting our money is so shady, our government can't even put it in writing. They just call it aid. I bet a lot of this money is to bribe foreign officials to win bids for American companies, or to bribe foreign politicians just to have in our pockets. or just to subsidize far-left foundations. Most of the people getting money from these grants aren't in the country. They pump it into overseas organizations and then we never see them. Any liberal with an international women's studies degree can launch a 501c3, apply for a government grant, and spin it off into a left-wing piggy bank. USAID paid $235 million to the National Democratic Institute. Well, that sounds benign. No, millions of that money went to executive compensation, meaning salaries for all the liberals with no skills. I think most of that money didn't go to supporting democracy. It went to supporting liberal lifestyles. Democrats have been sucking off the teat of government for decades, and Trump caught them. As one Trump insider says, you bring USAID to heel, and you end the Democrat gravy train. USAID is just the beginning. You start peeling back at the layers of every agency, and all you find out is pork that winds up in the wrong people's pockets.
The White Coat Waste Project exposed more than $10 million of taxpayer funds that were spent creating transgender mice, rats, and monkeys. The Biden-Harris administration spent $2.5 million taxpayer dollars, $2.5 million taxpayer dollars to study the fertility of transgender mice. We spent over $1 million to find out if female rats receiving testosterone therapy were more likely to overdose on a date rape drug.
One of those multi-million-dollar studies was at the University of Michigan. How much do you want to bet a Democrat wants to go to a game in Ann Arbor? Front row seats. Anyone from the Biden team wants to land at Ann Arbor? There's an office, a campus, an apartment, and a no-show job with benefits. Governments fed the pigs so much it turned into a hog. You know what happens to hogs? They get slaughtered. And the American people love a good butcher.
This political party, the Democratic Party, have lied to us about everything. What the last several weeks have proven to us all is that this is a cadre of criminals and losers and spoiled children of affluent parents who were more concerned about looking good than actually doing good. Now we come to USAID being probably the largest money laundering operation in American history. Congratulations, Dems. You've outdone even Bernie Madoff.
Manhattan Institute senior fellow Chris Rufo joins me. All right, Chris, you know a lot about this DEI corruption gravy train. So if you have some lesbian Sesame Street episode in Baghdad for 20 mil, where is that 20 million actually going?
Well, we know exactly where these kind of grants go. They are padding the pockets of left-wing activists in the United States and abroad. The government is the single largest benefactor of left-wing ideologies anywhere on the planet. These are ideologies that are popular nowhere except for a few pockets of East Coast and West Coast cities. But when the public sees waste, the left sees patronage. That's exactly what this is. They're taking hard-earned taxpayer cash from every Trump voter in the United States, and they're giving it to the gender theorists. They're giving it to the critical race ideologies. They're giving it to the DEI activists. Trump is right to shut it down. Elon Musk is exactly the man for the job. He's laser focused. I was at the White House yesterday, and everyone is buzzing about these Doge boys going in and getting the keys to the castle, rooting out this waste, and that's why the left is squealing, because they're losing their lifeline and they're losing the only way that they can survive.